I keep getting these questions about why I'm putting up our YouTube videos, why we do our writing training the way we do, and basically, what kind of scam are you running here at StoryGrid? And I get it, because there's lots of people out there desperate to take your money, to teach you how to write, and to publish your book. But in the end, all these people are trying to do is take your money and package your book as fast as possible and shove it up on Amazon where nobody will ever actually read it. Or they're putting you in a writing program where you get peer feedback, so you're getting feedback on your writing from other people like you that don't know how to write. How is that going to help? So with all these bullshit artists out there, how do you know we're any different at StoryGrid? And so I decided to just do this video where I'm going to lay out our entire business plan and everything that we do here at StoryGrid, so I can just be very straightforward about why we do what we do. So anytime you see us do something and you're like, oh, why'd they do that? You can just reference this video and you'll be like, oh, now I get it. My name is Tim Grahl. I'm the CEO of StoryGrid, and I'm the author of Running Down Your Dream, Your First 1,000 Copies, and The Threshing. My partner Sean Coyne is the creator and founder of StoryGrid, and everything that we teach here at StoryGrid is based on his extensive writing and research and editing over 30 years. So actually, let's start right there. I'm the CEO of StoryGrid. How did that happen? I actually came to StoryGrid as a fan first. I'd been trying to write fiction for years. I'd read all the books. I'd gone through a lot of the bullshit programs that I mentioned above, and none of it was actually working for me. And then I found this book, The StoryGrid, by this guy named Sean Coyne. Now, I had heard of Sean before, and that's why I had bought the book. But when I read it, I was blown away. This is what I was looking for. Somebody that actually understood stories, gave clear definitions for things, and could actually break a story down and show me why it worked and why it didn't work. So one fateful day, I reached out to Sean. He agreed to get on the phone with me. We talked for a while. And by the end of the call, we had decided to do a podcast together. Now, at this point, I had a whole nother career. I was a well-known book marketing consultant that kept me very busy. I had a business. All of that kept me very busy. I wasn't looking for another job. I just wanted free coaching and training on how to become a writer. But then as StoryGrid started to grow, I started helping out more and more and just fell in love, not just with the system of StoryGrid and how it can help me as a writer, but with you, with the writers, and how it was helping you as well. And so I transitioned over to working for StoryGrid full time. But even through all of that, my core concern is I want to be a great writer. And so I've continued to work on my writing. At the time of this video, my next book, The Shithead, is coming out in about 6 months, and I cannot wait to share it with you. It's the best thing I've ever written. But now let's get into the actual business model and what we're trying to accomplish here at StoryGrid. And that starts with StoryGrid Publishing, the publishing house. So near the very beginning, when Sean and I were talking, we decided we wanted to start a publishing house. And the goal of that publishing house is to publish the best fiction ever written. Turns out that's really hard to do. But hey, if you're going to shoot for something, you might as well shoot for something big. So that's what we're setting out to do. We believe if you truly understand stories and you know how to put them together and you can teach writers how to write, then you can pull that off. And Sean and I have always loved fiction, and we love the idea of starting a publishing house that is based on meritocracy, on the fact that people can write, not on how big their platform is or how popular they are. We wanted a publishing house where the money was split in the correct way, in a fair way, and it honored the craft above all else. So as you watch the rest of this video, I want you to understand this, that all roads lead to the publishing house. This is our ultimate goal. This is what we think about when we wake up in the morning. When I look into the future of StoryGrid, our goal is to have a publishing house that is consistently publishing great fiction. All roads lead back to the publishing house. So not long into Sean and I doing the podcast and putting some things out into the world, did we start getting requests of writers that wanted to work with StoryGrid trained editors. And so we started the editor certification program where we could take editors and train them in the StoryGrid methodology. We believe in order to have great books, you have to have great writers, but you also have to have great editors. And so we wanted to train the best editors on the planet, so that's what we set out to do. It has gone through a couple different iterations as we figured out the right way to do it, but we've landed on a 3-year program where we take editors from the macro to the micro, making sure that they are experts on all of it. It is the best editing training on the planet, and we are so proud of the editors that it's turning out. You can actually go see them at storygrid.com/editing. If you want to hire one, if you're interested in becoming an editor, you can go to storygrid.com/training and see more information there. But again, huzzah, we've got great editors coming out of this program. Now, what do you need for a publishing house? You need great editors. So now we have editors, but we also need writers. When we first started the publishing house, we started taking submissions from writers where they could turn in their writing and we would evaluate it for publishing. And we realized pretty quickly that wasn't going to work. And so we shut that down and we realized we had to come up with our own training for writers because we needed writers that could do two things. First of all, they need to be able to write really well. Well, that makes sense. We need writers that can consistently write great line by line to scene writing. That is the main core competency of a writer, is being able to produce great scenes after great scenes. But we needed writers that could do a second thing, and that is take really direct feedback without their ego completely melting down. And that's hard to find too, because writers often have worked really hard for their craft and they baby it, and when you tell them that something's wrong with it, they have a really hard time with that. So we needed to produce writers that could both write really well and take direct feedback without melting down or us having to coddle their emotions. Now, if you've listened to any episodes of the podcast, and there's well over 200 of them, you know this is the kind of feedback that Sean gives because I would receive it live on the podcast. For years, one of the rules between me and Sean was we were not allowed to talk about my writing unless we were recording the podcast. And so we got real, raw feedback from Sean on my writing directly. I was hearing it at the same time you were hearing it. So what that produced in me was a writer that can take direct feedback without it hitting my ego or hurting my feelings. And it made me desperate to just want to be better at writing. So I will take any feedback if it is clear and direct and honest because I want to become a better writer. And we needed a way to produce more people like me. So 2.5 years ago, we started the pilot program of our writer training that has grown into our writer mentorship program. This is a 3-year program that takes writers all the way from how to write a great sentence to how to write a great scene, all the way up to producing a great manuscript. And we have a systematic step-by-step methodology of both teaching it and evaluating it here at StoryGrid. All along the way, we give the writers clear, direct feedback on what they're getting right, what they're getting wrong, and where they need to improve. And so at the end of the 3-year program, not only have they learned all the skills they need as a writer, but they know how to take direct, clear feedback because we are more interested in getting honest feedback than we are in having somebody coddle our emotions as writers. This is the big breakthrough we've had at StoryGrid. This is the only way to actually consistently level up as a writer is to get clear, concise, direct feedback quickly over and over and over. No more sitting in a room, churning out a manuscript for months and months and years, or just writing and writing and writing without getting feedback. And then you're just making the same mistakes over and over and over. We can actually just look at your writing, tell you what you did wrong, and have you go try it again. That part shouldn't be that complicated. This program is meant to replace the joke that is creative writing MFAs. And I say that because we've had so many people go through our program that have MFAs in creative writing, and they learn more in the first month of our training than their entire training as an MFA. In fact, a friend of a friend right now is halfway through her Harvard MFA in creative writing, and she is so frustrated because she can't tell if she's actually getting better. She's not even sure what they're actually teaching her, which is nuts. You won't go 3 weeks in our program without, one, knowing where you need to get better, but also knowing that you're actually getting better and seeing your progress. That's the difference in our program. So while we are kind with our feedback, we are also truthful and direct because if we're not, we lose twice. First of all, our writing program won't work, which means that will eventually go out of business. If it's not actually producing better writers, it's not going to work. It's going to eventually die. But also then our dream of the publishing house dies too, because if we can't produce writers that can produce great books, then the publishing house won't be successful either. So we're on the hook for this. So we want to make sure you're actually getting better as you go through the writing program. And going all the way back to the beginning of this video where it's like, hey, is this a scam, or you like all these other fly-by-nights? There is no fly-by-night here. First of all, this is a 3-year program. So when somebody signs on, we're signing on to be with them and work with them for 3 years. And actually, we're signing on to potentially work with them for the rest of their life. Now, of course, if a writer gets to the end of their 3-year program and they want to go traditionally publish or self-publish their books, it's totally fine. We will praise them and tell them good luck and send them on their way. But what we're actually hoping is that they stay and publish their books with us. And so when people join our program, we're not just looking at, hey, how do we get them through this program as fast as possible and get their money? It's no. For us to actually be successful, we need to work with them for the next few decades for it to actually work. And it has to work for them and for us. So the short TLDR version is our shit has to work. Because if it doesn't, if we can't actually do what we say we can do, then our writing program and our publishing house are ultimately going to fail, and we might as well just shutter this whole thing and go home now. And so we put everything into this program and making it the best it can possibly be. But at the same time, it is a 3-year program, and that's hard to convince people to sign up for if they don't really know who you are and what you can do, which is why we have our 6-week workshops. We have a scene writing workshop and a theme workshop where we help you with the micro and the macro of your writing, and we can actually make you a much better writer in just 6 weeks. We've had huge success with this. Everybody that goes through them absolutely loves them. And the cool part is a very high percentage of the people that go through those end up signing up for our 3-year program. So that's a good sign too. So that's it. That's our big evil plan here at StoryGrid, is we have a publishing house where we want to publish the best fiction ever written. And to do that, we need 2 groups of people. We need world-class writers and world-class editors. So we created the best writing and editing training on the planet, bar none. And we invite writers to be a part of that so that they can both accomplish what they want to accomplish with their editing and their writing, but also we can eventually have writers and editors for the publishing house, which then brings us to this YouTube channel, our website, and all the free resources we put out. First of all, we just want to share this with everybody. We feel like StoryGrid is not even close the best methodology to both edit and write, and so we want to put it out to as many people as possible. But of course, we want to attract the right people into our programs. We want serious writers that are willing to work hard, take feedback, and go after their dream of leveling up their craft and writing something that they're truly proud of that will leave a legacy. But that's only a small group of people, which is fine. We only have room for a small group of people anyway in our programs. If you think you might be a good fit for that, you can click the links down in the description to get us on the phone to talk about it or to learn more about our programs. But if you like our big evil plan here at StoryGrid, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, hit the bell so you get notified of everything that we do here on our YouTube channel. Go to storygrid.com, sign up for the newsletter, look at our trainings, find out more about who we are and what we do. We'd love to have you be a part of our community. But either way, thanks for being a writer, and I'll see you next time.